Good morning. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. We have some sun today in Melbourne, which is awesome. It's still cold, but it's awesome. Today, I want to talk quickly about a motivation hack that I learned over the last few days. I'm not sure about you, but being motivated 100% of the time is not something I've mastered. I go through ebbs and flows. And every time another lockdown is announced in our city, I find myself slumping. Last year in 2020, I certainly went through a number of slump days, I call them. And in fact, one time I think I even had a slump time or a slump week because I was in this kind of slump, demotivated for about 5 days. And wow, what a waste, right? Hardly got anything done, binge watched Netflix, stared at the box for most of the time. Probably the most I did was actually get on the track near my home and walk, but that was about it. I was in that space of feeling really demotivated. And, you know, it's kind of ebbed and flowed over the months as well, because, we're constantly in this state of when is something going to happen? And so we're currently experiencing another announcement of a lockdown in Melbourne. And I found myself getting into that demotivated state again. And so what I did was I actually decided that this time around I was going to go and find motivational and inspiration speeches. And I started on that quest last week because, the news is filled with doom and gloom. You don't see a lot of good news stories anymore. You don't see a lot of winning stories, kindness stories, any of that. It's just focused on all this negativity going on in the world. And I personally don't feel we have too many inspirational leaders in the world that can help uplift our spirits. So I went on my own little quest and I used YouTube as the place to find some answers. And I've been listening every morning. So I've been starting my morning by listening to 5 to 10 minute inspiration or motivational speeches. And so I want to share one in particular that made an impact on me. And it's by Mel Robbins. So I'm claiming no glory for any of this. What I'm about to share is all that I learned from her speech. And I'm going to put a link to that actual motivational talk or speech in the comments because it impacted me in a big way, even though it's such a tiny little motivation hack. It was really incredible to learn it and to apply it. So what she discusses and what she shared, so what I'm sharing now is really all from Mel Robbins. I'm taking no credit for it. It is all hers, but I'm simply sharing it to be able to share this hack with you. So she says the mind is designed to do 3 things, right? Regulate the body to keep us alive. Part of the mind shuts down at night so that it helps us sleep well and build our memories. And then the other third thing it's designed to do is to protect you, to protect us, right? So the mind will often talk us out of doing things that we know we should do. I mean, how many of you have been there? I know I've been there. I know I've got to do something, and then I find every excuse under the sun not to do what I know I'm supposed to do. I literally talk myself out of doing it. And the mind does that because it's designed to protect us, to keep us from being hurt, keep us from being uncomfortable, keep us from feeling stressed. So Mel suggested that we only have 5 seconds, right? So she calls it the 5-second decision or the 5-second hack. We only have 5 seconds to kind of interrupt what the mind is going to do. So, for example, what she did was use an example of waking up in the morning, and she shared how she struggled with waking up. And then one day she decided she was going to introduce this hack into her mind, into her brain. She was going to count down to 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And at 1, she would immediately get up and out of the bed. And what she noticed was it interrupted what the brain was getting ready to do. And the brain was getting ready to make all the excuses to her and talk her out of getting out of bed, like it's too cold, I'm too cozy, I don't feel like going to the gym, I don't feel like exercising, don't feel like getting up, right? And so she used this hackathon for a period of time and started to notice that it was a powerful way to interrupt what the brain would naturally go to do, which is basically talk her out of doing what she said she would do. And in this case, the simple thing that she had told herself to do was that she was going to get up at a certain time. And I thought, I'm going to try this out. So I actually have been using this technique, this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I started, like Mel did, with just waking up, getting up. I wake up okay, but I do go through the wanting to hit the snooze button. I do go through, I'm going to lie in bed for another 5 or 10 minutes and then end up sleeping for, another half an hour. I'm still an early riser, so I still rise pretty early, but sometimes I really want to do my meditation, my yoga routine, but find ways to talk myself out of that. Anyway, I've been trying this little hackathon, this 5-second hackathon, for the last probably a week and a bit, and have woken up after counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, immediately sat up, got out of bed, and did my routines that I normally would do. One of the things I noticed was that just doing that first thing in the morning gave me a tiny sense of accomplishment, like I had actually done what I said I was going to do. And then the other thing that I'm noticing is that during the day, I'm looking for ways to interrupt the brain as well, because it's so easy. Even during the day, we can talk ourselves out of doing the different things that we say we're going to do or we want to do. And so even simple things like writing content for my programs, I can find excuses not to do that really easy. There's always something else to do that's better to do, easier to do. But what I've been doing is I've been stopping the minute I get to that moment where I think, okay, I can almost feel the brain's going to start talk me out of it. I start doing this 5-second hackathon, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, interrupt that brain pattern, that brain thought. And what I'm finding is that I'm actually doing what I decided I'm going to do. What I've decided is on my task list for today is actually being accomplished. And so I'm finding it quite profound that such a small little thing can make such a big impact. But it certainly has impacted for me. And that's why I wanted to share it today for anyone who's feeling or goes through those periods or moments of feeling demotivated or uninspired and so on. Interrupt the brain thought and the brain pattern. Interrupt that pattern and that automatic way of being that the brain has of wanting to protect you, wanting to keep you comfortable, wanting to keep you from being stressed or anything like that. Because the thing is, the more we interrupt that natural reaction of the brain, the more we will find we push ourselves to actually step out of the comfort zones. And it's in the comfort zone, it's outside of the comfort zone, that the growth and the magic happens. It's a super easy hack, easy to do, quick to do. But here's the thing that I found. It's like everything in life. The more consistent you are at applying it, the more you practice it. So practice, practice, practice. The more you practice it, the more powerful it becomes. I've been doing it for 7 days now. No, actually longer than 7 days, about 9 days now. And I'm just finding I'm feeling more inspired, more motivated. I'm getting a lot more done. And it's simply by interrupting this pattern, this automatic reaction that my brain has of wanting to step me back into my comfort zone or find reasons or excuses not to do what I say I'm going to do. So very simple hack, not mine, as I said, learned it from Mel Robbins, and I will put the link to the video in the comments. Hopefully you go check it out and hopefully you find it as useful as I did. So just something I wanted to share quickly. And as always, I wish you a great day. Hope you get some sun. And in Melbourne, or if you're in the parts of the world where we are entering winter, stay warm and stay healthy. Have a great day. Bye.